Wait, what? Hey, how's everyone doing? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Sai, jumping into a BG, and as you might have seen at the beginning, it looks like 7.3 unless any of this has changed and I'm just behind on the times. Looks like it could be quite promising for us RET pallies. Looks like we might be getting some buffs to a lot of our abilities, but as we dive a little deeper, it looks like we might be getting a slight nerf to balance it out. So we'll have to see. I don't jump on PTRs, but we'll just have to see what comes. To me, it definitely looks like it could be a buff. Let's take a look at it. So one of the first things I want to take a look at is that Crusader Strike, no matter what spec you're running in its paladin, whether it be Holy, Pro, or Ret, seems to be getting a decent little boost here. We're going from 230% of our weapon damage up to 290% of the weapon damage, which, I mean, 60% damage increase? Awesome! We'll take it. Let's just hope all these do go over. I mean, up at the top it says talent calculator, PvP talent calculator, artifact calculator. I'm hoping all these do transition to PvP and they don't decide to change things up within that realm, because, I mean, truthfully, that's what we're here for. We're here to represent RET in the BGs and arena. So that's already looking promising. And then the next one to take a look here is under talents. Execution sense is getting a massive upgrade, going from 1700% to 2160, 2160%. That's a massive increase, 460%. That might bring execution sentence up a little more in the damage, and I already enjoy using it. It's just a surprise, well, bam, why not, hammered in build. So that might get me to use execution sense just for shits and giggles. The next one, eye for an eye, I think is amazing here. We're going from 170% of the weapon damage up to 215% physical damage when they attack us. That's going to be a big boost for our defensive cooldowns. I mean, especially against those physical characters, it's going to make them more afraid of hitting us. I mean, right now people can usually heal through it or really pop a defensive and not mind it. It does hit decently hard. I've seen it hit for like 140, 150k. You know, that can be a little scary, but let's get real here. If it starts hitting for 200k, people are gonna back up a little bit. Seraphim is getting a nerf. It is going from a 30-second cooldown up to a 45-second cooldown. Little bit of a nerf, but realistically, I don't think anyone usually uses Seraphim. So, and then the big boy, Zeile. Zeile is getting a buff from 320% up to 450. Now, Zeile is what I almost always run, unless I'm in twos with double melee, and it's hard to not accidentally AoE someone. So in that case, I would go ahead and keep the Crusader Strike and keep the Fire's talent. But realistically, Zeile is what we go for almost any given time for PvP. Hits harder. The cooldown really doesn't matter because we have so many, you know, chances to do attacks in between and resets that the cooldown isn't that big of a bother. We want that extra damage in between us building up. So great buffs there. Now this is where the next bit of information comes up and it can get a little confusing. I'm kind of new at trying to figure out these numbers, so bear with me here. If I do something wrong, I do apologize. Not a professional at this. Alright, under Retribution itself, Blade of Justice is getting a big increase, going from 595% on all of its modifiers up to 755%. That's a big increase, just all in itself. I've had Blade of Justice crit for over a mil. Let's see some 1.2, 1.3 mils on that sucker. Be awesome. Divine Storm getting a slight buff from 216% weapon damage up to 275%. Good to see our AoEs getting a little bit of love. I mean, we don't have the best AoE, but hey, at least it's decent. It's gotten me top numbers before. All right, and here's one that gets confusing. I believe this is discussing the auras for us in PvP. Ret auras, going for like Blade of Justice, Consecrate, Crusader Strike, Eye for an Eye, Judgment, Justicar's Vengeance, Wake of Ash, Zeile, are increased by 27%, are now being reduced down to 0%. So I believe that's the aura that, just boosted all those. So they were trying to do fixes. So like here, let's just boost all the damage a little bit here, a little bit there. I think they're just pulling it back because they are increasing all the numbers at, insane amounts. Because, I mean, realistically, if you look at it, now this is just the way the math works for me. I'm not sure if that's how it works in the game itself. 27% is just the increased damage overall. But if you're getting the increase in the weapon damage, uh, it looks like it's gonna be a little more damage than just getting that flat out percent. But don't get me wrong here, we are getting for Crusader Strike and Judgment from 13% increase up to a 44% increase. So our Crusader Strike and our Judgment will be hitting a little harder. So it looks like what they're trying to do is even out our damage a bit instead of us really relying on those spenders and such. They're trying to make us have a good spenders, but even our damage out, so we have a good flow. Because there's times where we are trying to build up our holy power to finish someone off, like say healer, and that downtime, that 2 or 3 seconds of us trying to build up the holy power, we're really not hitting that hard, and we don't have that finished potential. And it looks like that's what they're trying to fix for us. And last but not least here, Templar's Verdict going from 440% up to 560%. And that's where I was saying they are keeping our spending damage well, just trying to round everything else out. Now, that seems to be all the changes that they are doing in 7.3 right now that I've found. Let's hope that they keep these because they look very promising. I would love to see our damage go up, especially if it does all translate over to PvP solidly. They don't do any nerfs. If anything, do some buffs. Sure, I don't mind being OP for a week or two. Anyone else? Raise the hands. Yeah? Alright. Anyway, guys, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button if you enjoyed this and found it anywhere near informative. And you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. You get all my content. Hit that bell notification to get those notifications of when they're posted. I do stream as well, so you can get notifications on that. Come hang out with us. I BG with viewers all the time. So if you want to come, rock my face, or just BG with us. Good times. Come on down and join. Anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making it for you guys as always, and thank you again. We just reached over 500 subscribers, and I'm going to be posting a video out to thank everyone for that, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Looking forward to that. Anyway, guys, again, thank you so much for all the support you show me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.